What is up, comic fans?
Hey. Welcome, my CryptoComics compatriots. We're back with another edition of the CryptoComics Couch, where we break down the comic landscape and let you into our world. So, as you can see today, we are joined by the spectacular Stash himself. How's it going?
The one, the only.
Glad to be here.
That is great. So yeah, in the show we go through the news.
Yeah.
It's fun. We tell really bad dad jokes, and Stash is here to help us with that this week. Let's check in from chat real quick here. Toxic on YouTube saying, yo, what's up, Toxic? How you been? Twice in 1 month, I'm doing good for myself. Well, we're glad you joined us. Andrew Dodge says, hey guys, hope it's been a great Monday. It has. It's been pretty good.
Okay.
It's been real good. Matt agrees.
No.
Don't let him take away the energy of this thing, Stash. All right.
Look, it's Monday. It's spectacular, baby. We're here. Let's do this.
There you go. See, you see that? You see that enthusiasm?
I do.
That's right.
I see it. I feel it
every day of the week. Yeah. It's 24/7. You know, enthusiasm here in Stash World, baby.
I like that.
Before we start in on the news,
I'll drink to that.
Can you give us a little background story of the jacket?
I just got done with parent teachers conference.
Oh, I thought maybe you bought yourself a motorcycle or
no, it's
a Triumph.
I wish.
No?
No.
You're wearing
so
a
that's
tie.
What you wear. You wear that to PTO, baby. That's rocking, man. That's spectacular, Dad.
I gotta say, parent teachers conference are they're rough, man.
Yeah?
Whew, yeah. I can't stand them. It's the worst part about being a teacher.
I just go in terrified. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, what do my kids do? What have they done?
You know, that's what you'd think. But nowadays, like, these parents come in and they're like, hey, my kid's a genius. Why aren't you giving him an A? It's like, your kid hasn't been in class yet this year. That's why.
I mean, I feel like with COVID, that can be acceptable, though, right?
Yeah, but they're still supposed to at least check in with you online for that. And they won't.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Amy Frazier's in chat also wondering why you're wearing a shirt and tie.
Like I said, yeah, I just got back from parent teachers conference, so
I just thought it was a new cosplay with the jacket.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, let's see here. Andrew Dodge says he's playing a short hooky break from work to show some love. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Toxic on YouTube says, I've just come from a very traumatic experience of Black Mirror.
Ooh.
That show can get dark so quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mellow out with a couple of beers. Mellow, Brad. Yeah. Just get mellow. Chill.
Mm-hmm. You gotta relax just a little bit before you jump into that one. Nobody's losing on Twitch.
C.
Vitamin C. There you go. Nobody's losing on Twitch says, hello, it's Stash. I just read Metal Cult #1, not safe for work, and then Flippy, totally safe for work. You're the definition of making old school new again. Hey, right on.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah. Keep reading. It only gets better. It's not as traumatic as Black Mirror, I promise.
I mean, now I feel like you should try, though.
Oh, boy.
Think about that. Think about a Black Mirror episode set in Stash's mind.
Oh, yeah, well, get crazy.
What you need to do is pick up a copy of Tales to Twist Your Mustache, because therein lies the dark side of the stash, baby. No kidding. 3 Tales of Terror, that is where you're going to definitely see the dark side of the stash.
Says all sorts of bad stuff about me that was the most relaxing sales pitch I've ever heard in my life.
Shameless self-promotion, courtesy
Go
of.
for it.
Hey,
absolutely.
That's what we're all about here, man.
Let's do it. So let's see. What do we want to jump into? Upcoming videos? Let's do that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So, this week, we've got a spotlight with the stash.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Badass. I mean, he's also going to be on the how-to show, but we have a spotlight with the spectacular stash.
All right, guys. So this spotlight, this how-to. See, you screwed me up there, Fry.
Every time.
Don't get tongue-tied. No. Don't do that this early in the show. No.
Oh, it's already too late for me. I got the rum and coke, and
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So the how-to is going to be how to actually lay out your comic page. So I am really excited about that because I've always just kind of winged it and hoped for the best. So yeah.
Sometimes that is definitely a part of creating comic books, and that's why a layout page is very important because it gives you a real snapshot of what your comic book is going to look like. And hopefully it helps you avoid mistakes along the way. So when you get to the finished product, you don't have to go back and change anything. And that's the whole point, right?
All right.
Very good.
I'm excited about that one. I love learning more about just jumping into the industry. It's so fun. So, okay.
Toxic comes back to say, I watched the one where you pick the choices. Oh, that's Banderisk, right? Or Bandernook? That's the episode he's talking about, where it's multiple choice. Choose your own adventure Netflix show.
The Choose Your Own Adventure. Yeah. I had a lot of those Dungeons and Dragons Choose Your Own Adventure books in the 1980s, and that's where that comes from. I thought that they did a fantastic job with that one, and it is a truly mind bleep, without a doubt.
You ruined me. Oh man, the thing left me. Yeah, I didn't sleep well for like a week after that.
So
every choice I made, the kid died.
When I first started watching Black Mirror, it was, I guess, Netflix put it on in kind of the reverse order. So I watched what I thought was the first one, and I was like, oh, it's got Bryce Stallard, whatever her name is, Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah,
Bryce Dallas.
Yeah,
right.
So I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I was telling this kid about it, and I was like, yeah, it's actually a pretty good show. It's pretty cool. And he was like, did you watch the first episode? I'm like, yeah, that was the first episode. It was really good. I liked it. He was like, with the pig? I was like,
what pig?
He's not a pig. Like,
no, I said Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
So then, he told me, he's like, no, dude, that's the reverse order. I was like, oh, crap. So I watched the first episode, and I was like, oh, there was a pig. I was messed up pig, man.
Pretty sure I dated her. So we're also going to have, let's see, coming in next week, we've got Cardell Cole with How to Price Your Comic on How To. We'll talk about that more next week. Right now, we've got the self-proclaimed incredible chops. He's
Look at
trying
that.
to steal off the branding of the creators. That's low. That's low, Jared.
Jared,
we almost.
Oh no!
I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for what?
We almost. He started with we almost.
Okay, yeah, we like almost have the makings of a Village People video here. Look at this. This is beautiful.
Let's do it. Matt, you got to be the Y. Okay, you got to do the C, Stash. If we're gonna do this, you got to do it right.
I think we just pulled it off.
Close enough. Impromptu YMCA.
I think it worked. You know, we need a talent scout right now. Somebody in chat. Hook it up. Lindsay on YouTube says, I watched the pig episode first and last time. I have a really hard time imagining Lindsay watching that show.
Yeah, isn't Lindsay all about like... No, sorry, I was getting her confused with... Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I was like, is she all about what? What? Tell us.
I feel like Matt's got enough like pent up anger at children and rum and coke mixing in his system right now that you give this stream an extra 20 minutes and he's going to be in the front yard yelling at somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Get the hell off the grass!
No.
You don't have any of those like unionized house rules to follow, do you, Matt? Where like people have to do their grass a certain height now that you got all that around
The
you?
HOAs? No.
Yeah, HOA. That's
Nope.
what it is.
HOAs are evil.
I know they are.
And they try to crush your project car dreams.
Well, that's what happened when you leave it in your front lawn without any tires or anything.
Hey, it has wheels and tires, first of all. They didn't have air in them.
Count.
And they didn't match one another. But
It rolled, right? It would roll if you pushed it down the road. It would roll.
I mean, there was no air in the tires, so
Oh,
you could theoretically, yes.
so you were
mean-
looking pretty trashy to your neighbors then.
Excuse me, okay?
I'm sorry.
Woo!
I was just
Man,
wondering.
Ouch.
Oh, what?
it's getting
know
hot
what I
in
mean?
here. Yeah.
Sorry. Let's get off of the trash.
Man.
I
car.
just want to say that
Oh.
aggression
Fry Lord's
did not
front
come from
yard.
me.
We got Les coming in on Facebook saying the Twisted Brady Bunch on my screen. Frey needs to
That's
do an extreme
right.
beard style. Oh,
Yes.
Very twisted.
Go for it, Fry. Go
something
for it.
crazy. I'll do the tail thing. It's been all over.
I really liked
social
your
media
banner
lately.
for this show, by the way, Matt. I thought it was incredible. Did you do that one or did you do that one, Fry? Was that Fry?
What?
Did
What did
you
I
do?
do?
Did you do the banner for today
What?
for this
I don't know.
couch?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did
Mister,
either
it
of
probably
you
looked
even?
like crap.
Did any of you see it? Did you see it, Stash? Did you see the banner at all?
I saw
Oh,
nothing, man.
Heck, you guys.
Thanks, Dash.
Just twisting. Just twisting,
Just
baby.
twisted.
Just twisting.
Les comes in on Facebook and say the monkey tail beard is in. I think that thing's got legs. I'm telling you. The monkey tail beard, I think it's going to stick around. And I'm an excellent purveyor of fashion.
Mm.
Really
Mhm.
interesting.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. Hence your purse pants.
You know what? I'm wearing actual jeans right now. Okay?
Very tough
I have-
times.
I legitimately have earned 2 degrees in order to never wear pants again, and I'm wearing jeans. Thank you. I felt like this was a fancy occasion, so I put on some Levi's.
Ah,
This was a fancy occasion. We got with the spectacular Stash. So
I love it.
spectacular.
Hey,
That's
why I
a
had to
sad baby cat in the hat. That's right.
There you go.
wow.
Oh man. Okay, so let's get into let's see.
Should we
Go right
jump
to
right
news?
into the news?
Yeah, let's jump to news. All right, so first up on the news, let me share my screen. Y'all are gonna see a lot of Stash here in a second. Bam!
Whoa, spectacular.
My bad. I might have been checking out some of Spectacular Stash's books here. That's what happens.
Whoops.
Super awesome.
It
folks.
happens.
Oh, look at
It happens.
Look at that nice run of comics right there.
Yeah, if you guys have a chance, check out Metal Cult, man.
They are
That's
a
cool.
fun read, man. I feel like a kid again reading those underground comics. I love it.
I like
What
to
the
draw
hell?
them. I'm glad you like to read them. It's awesome.
That's all we needed to do is put some of Stash's comics up on the screen, and all of a sudden, Matt is just happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been angry this whole show, Jared.
Matt, I'm sorry
you
I
should have
was
seen
late.
the Skype I was sending him before.
I had to talk to children's parents. I shouldn't have to do this. I'm a teacher. Ah.
Is that what you guys feel like when I go in there, Matt?
Yes.
Oh my heek. I'm not going to take apples anymore.
You take apples?
Well, yeah, that's what you're supposed to give a teacher.
No, cash. Cash.
Excuse me, you work for the state.
Yeah.
I
Therefore,
I
it means
am
cash.
dead serious. This isn't a joke. I thought until my kids were in like, I think 9th grade. Yeah, 9th or 8th grade until last year when my daughter was going through 8th grade. I literally thought that for parent-teacher conferences you show up with booze, like not to drink with them, but just as like a gift. You know what
What
I
if
mean?
they don't drink?
Don't trust me. They're a
I
teacher,
honestly
they drink.
never asked, but I never had it turned down either.
Oh heck, I would. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Actually,
I know a principal that needs that.
Here's a story. So I
Now
was going
this is
in
a
for
story
a.
all about how.
I was going in for, just a doctor visit, one of those kind of routine checkup things. And he's like,
Where you
I
coughing?
haven't seen you in a while. What have you been up to? I was like, I became a teacher. He kind of looks at me real confused and starts flipping through my records. I was like, what? He's like, I don't see what antidepressant you're on. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah. At first I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
That
He's
is
like,
wonderful.
Yeah, almost every teacher is on something. I was like, oh,
Good to know.
I can see why now. Like,
He didn't believe you. He needed to see your references, right? Because you weren't on the proper drugs.
really?
Did you tell him, hey, it's all good. I self-medicate. It's cool.
Actually, I was about probably 2 weeks into my first year teaching, so I was still thinking like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to have one of those like.
You were still feeling good after 2 weeks? It took me 2 days to quit that freaking sub job. I was like, bam, I'm done. I'm sorry, you little criminals.
Okay, let me back up here and jump back over onto check in. Nobody's Illusion comes back in to say, in all serious though, I'm loving the look. Ooh.
Stash, you got some love. You're getting some love.
Silent Killer says, hey, I love my trophy. Hey, we're glad that they
were first place, dude. Silent Killer was part of the first place team, man. They killed it. That was awesome. Now I know what it takes to actually do that.
I'm letting you know, though, Silent Killer, Jared and I have been practicing. So
dude, I did like 3 kills the other day.
Be ready.
How long
it was incredible. I felt so cool, and then somebody popped out and killed me. But still, I killed 3 people the first time.
I was there. I saw it. Killed a man. It was
incredible. Now he was like, "Go, Jared! Yeah, you're dead. Oh, you were doing so good."
And it was probably a 10-year-old who just popped up.
I'm telling you, I get wasted. I get wasted and caught by little kids, man. They're like ruthless too.
And they're mean. Yeah, they are really mean when they find out that you might be a dad.
Yeah, they end you, and then they end you with words while they're ending your game time.
Yeah, we've been practicing, and we try to practice, every other night or ish, kind of thing. And that also happens to be the same nights that I sleep rolled into the fetal position, crying.
Nightmares.
I'm pretty sure that those two go hand in hand. JD Smith Digiartist on Twitch says those mags do look pretty cool. They do.
They are excellent.
Spectacular Stash, greatest. He's the greatest.
Thank
ever.
you.
Look at that wall of glory.
I have no complaints. Everybody just gets more and more complimentary. I am very grateful and very thankful to be here, and I'm very glad that everybody likes all my stuff because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of comic books, professional wrestling magazines, heavy metal, Vampirella. What collection is not complete with some Vampirella, baby? I mean, come on.
Dude. I've got my eye on that Tales from the Crypt in the background, though.
Oh yeah, it's a reprint, but that's all good stuff.
Oh, you're looking at 2 people who are going to like. Oh,
ooh.
Whoa! Is that the same one that did the? Whoa! Now, whoa! Come back with that! Don't come up so close! Dang it! I can't see everything.
Sandman. That's a new Sandman, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a new one. Yeah. It's an old school Neil Gaiman Sandman, one of the early issues.
That's when it was the best.
Yeah, and of course we have Sting and Ric Flair, 1980s, 1990s wrestling.
Woo! I knew that was coming.
Weird Science.
Jared to bring it.
Oh,
that's cool.
Thank you. We could go on and on, but I don't want to take over here. I'm just glad to be sharing the love.
Oh, dude, take over.
There is an aspect of Couch that's definitely what we call show and tell.
Show and tell.
Yes, we were just
Well,
talking
also why
about school.
Jared's
You got
not
a
allowed
teacher?
500 feet from a hospital because of it. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Banned in certain countries, as it were.
Nobody's illusion on Twitch comes to say, yes, Stash stuff is very underground, and I'm actually quietly becoming a fan. Embarrassed AF again. You don't have to be
Good.
embarrassed. We're
Do
all
not
fans.
be
reading.
embarrassed, Illusion. We are all
Keep
fans
searching.
of Metal Cult.
But I will say this. I don't think anyone is as big of a fan of the Stash as our head of development, David. Holy crap.
Shout out to David. You rule, dude.
Yeah.
CryptoComics. What can I say? CryptoComics is the reason the Stash is here. CryptoComics is the reason the Spectacular Stash even has a platform to speak, because quite frankly, with the age of COVID, guys like the Spectacular Stash have been put on the kibosh and ignored and put under the carpet and swept away like so much fodder, while DC, Marvel, Dark Horse, and Image and all of these guys enjoying lots of success, and I'm grateful to them as well. But let's not ever forget the underground, independent DIY artist who struggles in the night, creating their wares, waiting for someone to read their comics, just hoping anyone out there might be able to spend the time to leaf through what they have to offer, like Metal Cult Comics.
Amen.
And Flippy,
Amen.
the effing dachshund. I don't know what else to say.
I love the effing docs. Well, it is a great honor.
I got nothing
Stash.
else.
You got everything else. Don't you worry about it, buddy. Don't you worry about it. And just so everybody knows,
CryptoComics.
Stash has actually been with us way back since the
Stash.
beginning. He was one of the
Bro.
original people to come in
CryptoComics.
and give us actually content to help test our reader and our uploader and stuff. I remember many times when me and David were using Metal Cult to test a lot of bugs out of the reader and publisher and stuff. So we really want to say thank you, Stash. Thanks for sticking with us so
110%.
long. Thanks for
man.
the opportunity
Hey.
to be the first digital place that you actually housed your comic content, which was an incredible honor. Just an incredible honor. Great talent, great stuff. I'm looking so forward to your spotlight. I'm not going to say much more, else I'll just keep going. But so
I will
awesome
say
to have
this.
you.
There are some pretty epic giveaways.
Oh, yep. We can say that much. We can say that if you're a fan of the Stash, there are some things that we know 110% you cannot get anywhere else, or will never
Nowhere else.
be able to get again.
Nowhere. One of a
dude, we're
kind
talking
original
in-
pieces.
Yeah, we're talking.
Oh, he
insane
said it,
stuff.
not us. So.
One of a kind original
We
pieces,
got
baby.
originals.
Yeah.
We got prints. We got reprints.
Yeah.
We got something signed, maybe.
We're gonna have to pull something out, man. We're gonna have to make like the most epic Stash shirt in the history of all shirt designs.
Dude, and you got some interesting selections for an epic Stash shirt, bro. There's a really high bar for this one, Fry.
Yeah, I gotta
Look,
bring up my A game.
the bar is very, very low for the Stash. You put out a shirt, I just want my cut, and it needs to be the largest one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
The
well, we
largest
give them
cut.
away, so
I'll
tell you what. I will make sure that we get you one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
You'll be the
hell
first
yeah.
winner.
All right.
Yeah, you will get one, and then if you want to sell it, you can. But I wouldn't, because it's going to be very limited edition.
Don't tell
It's
people
only
they can
one.
sell their shirts.
Well, I mean, you can't tell them that they can't sell their shirt. I mean, it's theirs. That's what a free market's all about.
Chat, please don't sell your shirts.
Don't sell your shirts. I was just joking, guys. I was just joking.
Yeah, don't sell your shirts.
Nobody's
Just
gonna buy
tag
it
us
anyway.
in a picture with you and your shirt. That's
Except
what we
maybe
want.
if you created an auction website.
Okay, let me catch up on chat real quick, guys, because we're falling behind. Silent on Twitch says, if you guys want to run sometime, love to have you guys. Sweet.
Oh, dude! I'm going to friend silent.
It is CC Fry hashtag 1161.
Bug Magnet, and I don't know that last number. I don't even know where to find it.
There we go. Yeah, make sure you add me on there. Andrew Dodge says, beat him with the chops. And then this is funny. I got to get to these comments because dude, been putting these comments into YouTube chat, and I'm seeing them come through, but we're in conversation. I didn't want to mess anything up here. So this is an awesome series of comments. Alexander comes in on YouTube, say, who hates Doomsday Clock? And then directly after, Doomsday Clock sucks. Directly after that, does anyone hate Doomsday Clock in the chat? And then DC Comics ruined Watchmen.
Oh!
And then Doomsday Clock is fucking terrible. And then,
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I feel like we need to take a break for a second. And Alexander, how you doing, man? How's everything going there on YouTube?
Alexander,
okay?
Don't worry. I personally agree with you. Doomsday Clock was a horrendous piece of garbage. It was a dumpster fire from the get-go.
Oh,
it was a dumpster fire inside of another dumpster fire. Then that dumpster was in a flood in New Orleans, cycled out to the middle of the ocean, tipped over into the Gulf, set the oil on fire, and then kept going. This is great. And that's how we bring positivity back to the stream when Matt and I start.
Pale horse, this dude.
Are you sure this Alexander guy isn't really this guy right here?
We're not positive.
Nicely done.
We're not positive.
Mr. Do I even need to say it? Does anybody not know who this guy right here is? This is Mr. Alan Moore. Are you sure Alexander is not actually Mr. Alan Moore?
Alan Moore?
In disguise.
The Watchman?
Could be. Jumping into
the guy
chat
who wrote the
pseudonym.
Yeah. Alexander knows who I'm talking about.
He's an English writer known primarily for his work in comic books, including Watchmen, V for Vendetta, The Ballad of Howard Jones, Swamp Thing, Batman, The Killing Joke, and From Hell.
Yeah, he's also very vocal in his disdain for DC's adaptations of The Watchmen. So I'm wondering if Alexander isn't actually this guy.
Alan Moore.
The only way to tell. We just got to ask.
Alexander, we're waiting.
Are you Alan Moore for real?
Nobody's illusion on Twitch comes in and say, "Ooh, I love Sandman."
Yeah, Sandman was
good stuff. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Silent Killer says, "Did you know I have Michelangelo tatted on me?" No, but now we do.
Wasn't aware.
Amy Frazier says the Spectacular Stash has a spectacular stash. Well, yeah. What do you think?
Yes.
You think he didn't earn this nickname?
It's spectacular. Earned the nickname. He is the nickname.
Yeah. I mean, everyone else tries to copy, but
I thought I came dang close.
Oh, here you go.
You're going good with the chops,
Spectacular
brother.
Stash, incredible chops.
That's right. Thank you. Me and me would have had some drinks and some smokes, baby. Yeah, that's without a doubt.
There you go. I thought you'd like that one. Thought you'd dig it.
Thank you.
Somebody posting his CryptoComics Marketplace says amen. I don't know who that is, considering that's usually me or Lindsay. It's one of these two.
It wasn't me.
One of your many minions.
Oh, it was Joe.
Says amen too. Yeah. Let's see here. GF Ender Dodge says, hence the reason my collection only includes indie. Anything DC or Marvel in my collection was given or inherited.
Ooh, I wonder if he's got some good inheritance.
I will say there are some good Marvel and DC comics out there.
Collectibles.
Yeah, you got to go with the Kingdom Come series. The Marvel series from Alex Ross as well. Killing Joke.
Ghost Rider.
I'm going to ignore that.
What was that? What was that, Fry?
I just love that book. I just love that book so much. It's terrible. I know it's not good, but it's so much fun. And
Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Man,
Howard the
I loved
Duck.
that movie when I was a kid.
Look, Marvel and DC's got some good stuff. It's a good place to get started. Dark Horse, Image, all these places are good places to get started. But there's so many comic book creators out there. You really just need to dig into the underground. And I mean, my God, there's guys like, if you don't really look, you're going to miss guys like Gilbert Sheldon and Robert Crumb and people in the dark depths of the underground, and some people overseas in maybe like heavy metal magazines, Mobius, and some guys like that. I mean, you really need to put some time and effort into seeking out what's beyond Marvel and DC.
Or not what's beyond them, what's around them that's just been there the whole time.
Or beyond them.
Or to the side of them.
Oh, man. All right. Amy
Wow,
Fraser comes in on Facebook. Says, my jaw hit the floor when I opened that package. Yeah. So Stash, Amy was the one that shot us all images of all the stuff for the giveaways.
Okay.
And it's funny because Joe then says, "Oh, I'm really looking forward to these. Are so cool. I really dig these." But let's make sure that nobody can get like, more than 2. And I'm like, are you guys high right now? Like, nobody gets more than 1.
Take another bong hit, guys. Come on. Are you crazy?
Yeah, I know. Joe Fraser says, you honestly have to let me scan in those original manuscript pages and make a digital version of it for your account. Just saying.
Yeah, dude.
Would that be the journal?
Go for that.
Dude, that would be cool to do a living art journal.
Yeah.
If we take everything that we have, that Amy and Joe have at the office, and we start the journal out with that, and then we can show Stash how to continue that with everything that he has.
As Stash, are you cool with that? As long as you're cool with that.
Yeah. I mean, if people are enjoying this stuff, I'm not going to sit on it. So just gathering dust here. Let's put it all out there for everybody to read, man. I don't give a shit. Nice. Yeah, you guys like it? Yeah. Yes. It will help people realize that not only did this guy learn how to create comic books with nothing. I had nothing. I just did it. I just decided, hey, I'm going to create comic books. I always wanted to do it. I'm not going to take a class. I'm not going to put any money into it. I'm just going to do it. And I did it. And I did it by just drawing stuff, man. I just drew a bunch of stuff, and eventually it turned into comic books, full-page, entire flippy effing Dachshund comic books. All kinds of comics. I'm telling you. Anybody can do that. You, if you're thinking about doing comic books, you're taking too long thinking about it. You need to be doing it. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
You should.
Oh man, this is so awesome. Go back in the chat. Andrew says, "Nice Googling skills, Buck."
Thank you. And actually, it wasn't a Google. It was a DuckDuckGo. I'm a little conspiracy theorist.
Oh boy!
Cut off Q real quick here and go back to Nobody's Illusion. Oops, I didn't know who that was. I know the name very obviously, but not the face. Shrugs, my bad. No worries. We've got Jennifer on Facebook saying, "Hey guys, Leslie says hi. She's pouting because she's a Facebook Jill. Can't comment or participate.
Oh,
she should make better choices."
Well, she's here, but she can comment and participate here. So beyond Facebook jail, baby.
Yeah. It'll be your second account. What's the big deal? I'll accept your friend request.
Okay. Nobody's Illusion comes back say, "Oh wow, so I can expect my CouchCon giveaway package soon." Yes. No rush or anything though. Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, I know that was one of the most recent on the shirts, I think, was Nobody's Illusion. But Nobody's Illusion, you also waited a while to get us your information, so you didn't actually go out with the rest of them. So yeah, yours coming soon. I do know
and
that.
While we're on this real quick, I just want to touch base on just helping everybody understand how these giveaways work. So when we do these giveaways, the logistics of actually getting these giveaways out is really quite extensive. And due to the fact that we actually do everything pro bono for free. You know, we don't sell anything. We only order like once or twice a month on the shirts. And then we have actually a tracking sheet, and everybody goes into that tracking sheet as we receive your, so even if you won and then somebody else wins, if they got us their shipping information before you, they went into the sheet got filled out before yours did. And so they might've gone out in a shipment and you didn't. So just things to take into consideration. Again, we always apologize if it takes a long time, but it does take a long time. Unfortunately, the logistics right now are just insane. I just want to say total props and kudos to our logistics operator, Amy. She is fantastic for really making sure people are getting their stuff.
Yeah, and as you said too, the shipping right now for anything is absolutely insane. So there's just a huge delay on stuff. I mean, it gets crazy. We're learning that as we're going. See, Nobody's Loser says, "Oh yes, a live sketchbook would be awesome." All right, we're getting on it. We're getting on it.
Yeah.
And Nobody's Loser also says, "Flippy is adorable AF."
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Perhaps I should bring Flippy onto the couch at some point in time. Everybody can meet her, ask her questions. She could possibly solve the ills of the world's problems with her incredible philosophy.
Why not? Why not now? We can do that whenever you're
going
ready.
to solve the world's problems.
Well, you never know. And of course, her sister Zombie.
Is she a part of the Galactic Federation?
Not as yet. They have not asked her. She didn't get a contract with a percentage high enough to become a member of the Galactic Federation as yet. But I'm hoping that her lawyers will rescind their offer and perhaps make a counter offer with a little bit more lucrative.
She's a student of the art of the deal.
Well, that's true. She has good management.
Time management or resource management.
True.
This is getting weird. JD Smith did your artist on Twitch says, speaking of Beyond them, Ivan Press does Lucio Fafio adaptations like Beyond and Zombie. Those are really cool.
Cool.
Chocolate Spoon comes in on Twitch to say, wow, I like this guy. Clearly talking about me.
What? I was thinking
okay,
it was Stash because
it's definitely
no offense, Fry, but
just
we all love you.
I just want to win at some point.
Just joking.
It's so lonely.
Well, I mean, all 4 KISS members had their fans, and not just one KISS member had all the fans. They were evenly distributed. All 4 members.
That's very true. Did he just answer a phone while on live stream?
Yes, he did. All right.
What is wrong with him?
That goes a little bit far across the line, don't you think? Throwing on the gauntlet.
So
okay, let's just handle this right now.
Should we get back?
Oh yeah, there you. He's banished from the Brady Bunch screen, as it were.
One sec, guys. I'm sorry. Jay Smith did Yardas on Twitch says, please translate what the hell Jared said regarding the shipping process.
Yeah.
To boil it down, when someone wins a shirt, we then order the shirt, so we're waiting for that shirt to get to us. Then Amy, our logistics coordinator, takes said shirt, spreads them all out, ships them out to everybody that's won. So you're essentially waiting on 2 separate shipments plus the print process. So what Jared was trying to do is clarify and make sure that people don't assume that it's like a 2-day Amazon delivery kind of a thing when you win something. But it's definitely worth the wait.
Was I speaking in Chinese?
Apparently, they needed a translation.
Ah, fantastic. Well, thank you, guys. I am proficient in intergalactic speech, so it's not surprising that I would blow people's minds.
GF Andrew D1981 just made a very wise purchase. Thank you.
Oh,
very much. Let me ask: are you saying that? Let's see, Flippy and number 7. So those were both on CC?
Yes.
Did you order them from Metal Cult, or did you grab them off of CryptoComics? Love to know. Because you can go to it's metalcult.net. Is that right, Sash?
That's right. Go to metalcult.net. You can order physical copies of these comic books. But if you want to read them and check them out, you need to go to CryptoComics.com. There's just such a wide selection, not only of every single comic book the Spectacular Stash has ever created, but a wide variety of other independent underground DIY comic book creators that you need to support as well.
Amen. Amen.
Nobody's Illusion says, this was the Chinese to English translation that nobody's put in. Basically, they're an indie company doing this for free during, the fallout of 2020. So yeah, mad respect. Be patient. The swag will get to you.
Oh, she's so sweet. Look at that, laying the smackdown for us.
J. Smith Diger says, I like how Jared answering that phone call prompts Fred to ask, what the hell is wrong with him? Of all things, Jared, that guy you asked that.
Right? Thank you, Digi. Thank you.
J. Smith Diger says, yeah, I got all that. I wasn't really serious. We know. It just gives us an opportunity to make sure we clarify for other people that might not actually. And I ask Jared that about 62 times a day. But right now, I'm not going to ask him that. Right now, we're actually going to get to the news that we're talking about getting.
Oh my gosh, we got news! Oh, this is fantastic, guys! I forgot why we even came here.
So Bendis, Brian Michael Bendis, is no longer exclusively with DC. He's finally got to the point where, honestly, his sales of his comics have been kind of dropping steadily. So. He was great, honestly great during the original Spider-Man from the Ultimate series, but after that, everything just kind of trailed off. He had some duds over at Marvel before he signed up exclusively with DC, and just nothing has really panned out. So now he is officially a freelance. He's no longer an executive over there, which has been kind of on a little bit of rocky ground ever since Dan DiDio left DC.
Yep.
So did Bendis survive the big purge or something?
Up until now, yeah.
Technically, he did, but now
then he's self-sabotaged, huh?
But rumor mill has it that a big part of this is because he's going indie. He's going creator owned.
Dude, that's because anybody with half a brain should be going indie right now. I mean, it is the way to go. Just listen to the stash on it, man.
He's Bendis. I'm familiar with some of his work. I was quite interested in his Avengers and New Avengers run a while back, and I thought that he did a good job with those titles. But I just thought that he took on too much for Marvel, and I'm not really familiar with what he did at DC. But a guy like Bendis, a guy who started in the indie world anyway, he's not going to have any trouble finding publishers to help him do whatever he wants to. So I applaud any efforts that he and any other artist who is currently successful making their name with Marvel and DC. That's exactly what they need to do. That's what any artist that has exited Marvel or DC has done. So more power to him.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
He does have the creator-owned line, the Wonder Comics line. So
that's his line, Wonder Comics. Now I've heard that title before. Was that published by DC or Marvel or something like that?
No, it's creator-owned.
But there was a comic that came out, right, called Wonder Comics, or no? Is that let me ask you this: is that a comic or is that like a publishing title?
I honestly don't know. I wasn't really a big fan of Brian Michael Bendis kind of recently due to the fact that I hated his run on Superman. And I did.
Ooh, that's what
I did not enjoy it.
Oh.
So there's a Wonder Comics 4, a Wonder Comics 5, Wonder Comics 7. It almost looks like he took famous comic characters, and put them into his own like book. Or maybe
guys, I gotta ask. I've got to ask. Is the Fonzie jacket and the Elmer Fudd cap like some type of retribution for me, ensuring that you guys are always branded with CryptoComics shirts and hats?
I got the hat on.
Yeah, he's got the hat on. And just so you know, I came in from 4-degree weather getting firewood for Grandma and Grandpa with the grandkids.
Both ways.
I was
in the snow.
Uphill both ways without snowshoes or gloves. And I ran in here as fast as I could to be a part of this great stream with you awesome people because I just want to feel like I belong.
And then he talked on the phone. So
yeah, we're feeling the love,
I've ever seen
without a doubt.
Thanks, guys. You're so sweet.
That's kind of scary.
That is going to haunt my dreams way worse than Black Mirror. Okay. Oh, next up in the news, let's see. Whoop, we got stupid ads. Let's go.
Gotta love
All
those
right.
ads.
So, Heroes Reborn, a world without Avengers.
Oh, check it out, dude. We got an answer. Boom.
I ordered direct for physical copies and come the first. I will order as many of the others as possible.
Nice.
Good answer.
Way to do it.
Thank you.
What a stud.
Thank you.
Highly recommend reading them in digital, keeping your physical copies perfectly safe for when the
Yeah,
stash
do
blows
not
up.
Yeah.
open those things.
There are some that are not available in print now. They've sold out. They will not be reprinted. So the only way that you're going to be able to enjoy them is to go to CryptoComics.com.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that
Yeah.
either.
that's
Which,
awesome.
Which issues, Stash?
Well, what you need to do is make sure that people come and spend time at the end of the week at the man behind the mustache.
Ooh, the spotlight of the century.
I will tell you all about it. I will tell you exactly the whole method behind Medical Comics, because this gets into independent publishing and publishing your works, and I don't really have time to go into it here because I don't want to take over the news spot.
You're such
To be
a
honest with you.
damn. Can we get
I'm just here to be a part of the
standing
panel,
ovation
baby.
for this man? You're such a stud. This is why we like hanging out with you.
This
Thank you.
spotlight
Just glad
on
to be
Friday
here.
is going to be ridiculously cool.
It's going to be
Oh,
cool.
man.
I will tell you all about it. I will tell you all about it. I will tell you what I did to get me where I am right now, which is absolutely nowhere. But you're watching what we're doing right now, so it's somewhere, right? Huh?
Right?
Huh?
I think
Hey.
it's somewhere pretty damn extravagant if I don't.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
if
what
you
I'm
don't
talking
say
about.
Heck yeah. It's extravagant.
All right,
What did you do? with your
we'll
face?
back up here.
What was this?
We'll back up here. I just want to
Changed my
back up
hat
one thing.
Being cool.
Yeah.
Guys like Brian Michael Bendis that we were talking about, they'll have no trouble transitioning to the indie world because guys like the Spectacular Stash have to go on the road to comic book conventions and toy shows and festivals and do whatever they can to spark an interest in their work. Guys like Brian Michael Bendis don't need that kind of help. And that's all I wanted to say. He'll do just fine. But what you need to do is go to MetalCult.net and place your order for Metal Cult Comics, just like that very fortunate person just did previously, and they're going to be very happy with their purchase, as will any person who takes the time and effort to support an independent artist such as moi.
And if you don't got the money, you can join the marketplace through CryptoComics.com/u/spectacular stash.
CryptoComics.com is completely free. Now, what I wanted to segue back into was, did I see that headline mention Heroes Reborn? Could we please get back into that real quick?
Yes.
Sure.
So talk about this. What is Heroes Reborn? And if it is what I think it is, I'll have a comment, and it will be relevant to what we're discussing here.
Okay, so way back in the day, Marvel Comics was starting to flounder a little bit. So they went to the newly formed Image company and kind of outsourced a lot of their really big comics, such as the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Captain America, Iron Man. All of that got outsourced directly to Image. And, oh man, that was a paycheck for those guys. But Although sales were really good, critically, it just didn't do so well. And now, looks like we're revisiting that world. You have Blade. You guys know who Blade is, right?
Right.
Vampire
Okay.
Slayer.
Yes. So you have Blade kind of acting like the Flash in a Flashpoint story where he wakes up one day and Captain America was never found in the ice because the Avengers never formed. Tony Stark was never locked in that cave, so he never became Iron Man. Thor is an atheist. He's a god who's an atheist. Figure that one out.
That's just awesome.
And he has a fear of hammers. And so, I'm not entirely sure if it's a fear or just a hatred of hammers. Either way, he is unworthy to lift it. So the Avengers never formed. So it appears that the only person who's really aware of what's going on is Blade. And they are revisiting that world, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that world exactly because if you remember the Heroes Reborn comic originally, Captain America was never frozen in the ice.
Right.
He just essentially had his mind wiped and stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure how they're saying it ties in directly to Heroes Reborn when it completely rewrites it. But there are some things that could be cool. Coulson for president. So everybody loves some Phil Coulson.
Yeah, the other idea, though, is that the Avengers do eventually form, but none of the characters that you know as
It's
the
not
Avengers.
the Avengers. It's the Supreme Squadron that forms.
Yeah.
It's Supreme Squadron, like a Supreme Pizza.
Kind of. All right,
Sure.
Stash. So is your comment
Relevant?
how are you feeling about this? What do you think?
Well, what it is kind of what I thought it would be. Didn't the whole pocket universe thing not work, and they ended up having to go back to the way things were?
Yeah.
That is really the only comment that I wanted to make is that when they tried this before, and believe me, DC and Marvel, if you watch, they will do the same things over and over again. Give them about 10 years. They'll try the same thing over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And the only comment I wanted to make is it didn't work last time. Maybe they'll sell some books, but let's face it. They're going to have to go back to telling real stories. Whatever twist they want to put on it, man, I hope they sell some books and they tell some good stories. And then they can go back to telling the stories and representing the characters the way they're supposed to be represented. All I can say is if they were telling good stories and putting out good artwork and treating their creators right, they wouldn't have to worry about having to put all these different spins on stuff anyway. They could just keep telling good stories with good characters.
See,
It's not that hard.
they did have some good things in that original Heroes Reborn. The Iron Man armor, it's honestly my favorite Iron Man armor ever. The story, yeah, it was rough at times. I did love the connection between Bruce Banner and Mr. Fantastic and Doctor Doom and Tony Stark. I love how they were all like best buds in college kind of thing, kind of competing against each other. There were certain aspects that I think really did work. But in the end, they had quite a few, shakeups with the art. Jim Lee working on Fantastic Four was amazing, but then towards the end of his run, you could tell his heart wasn't in it anymore. And yeah, it didn't work as well. And then like Captain America, you had a lot of issues with Liefeld. There was a lot of late issues because of all this, and I believe they didn't meet their diamond due date quite a few times, which it's a huge issue. So
and that can destroy the rollout of a comic, which then affects the sales, which then affects the exposure. So a dramatic thing when you miss that deadline with Diamond, right?
Yeah, like Chad was saying the other week, if you miss that deadline, that's when heads roll. Somebody's getting fired over that. So
at the same time, Heroes Reborn has always been one of the lowest and I guess worst accepted runs in Marvel's history.
but sales were still good.
Sales were good, but people weren't happy with it.
They sold a lot of books.
Buyer's remorse.
There was a lot of stuff in there that it was just like you knew it was going to be temporary, so you knew it didn't matter. Like they were always going to bring them back. There was an issue with, I want to say Wolverine showed up, got caught in this weird dimensional thing and showed up, and he was like, wait a second, I thought you guys were dead. And then he got sucked back into the regular world, so he's like, oh, now we gotta go find these guys. So it was, we always knew going into it that it was temporary and that there weren't going to be any long-lasting effects.
When was this? When was this series published?
Was
Do you remember?
Yeah, I think it was
92, something like that.
Yeah, I was just going to say nothing shows a comic flagging more than throwing that Desperation Wolverine appearance out to make sure that they have some sales.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. You know. Well, it's a pocket universe. We got to get Wolverine in there somehow. Sell this book.
But
they were saying that.
Well, now wait a minute. Now I always heard that's how you trigger sales. If sales were starting to slouch, you bring in Wolverine, and sales would just shoot up.
And DC always had that, and that was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are their money making characters. So basically, any storyline starting to suck, throw in Batman or Wolverine, and boom, it shoots up in sales just on the name.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
With Future State, 50% of the comics are Batman related titles.
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Wow. Damn.
Dude, look it up.
It's true.
Google that she is, boo.
That sounds rough.
Nerd facts, baby.
All right, well, let's move on to crowdfunding campaigns right now that are currently active. Ones at least that we're excited about. So let's see. First off, of course, we've got Temerity, and it's The Runaway. And if you haven't heard of us talking about this book, then you haven't been watching the show for like the last 3 weeks. Because
What book is this?
holy crap.
Temerity.
Temerity.
Temerity. Temerity.
This one's pretty cool because they just capped their stretch goal of $12,500. So everything in order comes with, I think it's a mini print.
Yeah, but
that's great.
Go ahead and check out their second stretch goal. The first one is, hey, they're funded. That's so awesome. I love that because this needed to be funded, and it happened within like minutes.
15 minutes.
Something like that. 15 minutes. It was so crazy.
It was incredible. It was
look at the next stretch goal.
Well, the second one was the CryptoComics book.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm excited about. Why? Because Matt and I are in it.
Yes.
That's right. I'm going to say that as many times as possible.
Dude, they made him a wanted. It was so cool. A wanted poster. It was so cool. You got to check out the stream in order to see their wanted posters, but I'm not going to lie. It was, I never had I been so envious of these two. I was like, oh, I want to be like Frey and Matt.
But yeah, so at 5K, they upgraded to all the digital copies, CryptoComics copies, which is obviously cool. I mean,
yeah. For everybody who backs it. Now, if you don't back it, it's not very cool because you're going to be paying a mint price for those when you find them.
Now, the cool thing that they're doing is they're also running an Indiegogo side by side with this. And they're essentially adding up both of the accounts as one when they're looking at their stretch goals. So,
yeah. And they added the weights, which is really cool.
Let's see here.
So where are they at now?
They're about 11.
They're just over 12.5.
So we get the mini print too.
Yeah, they just unlocked the mini prints.
Free campaign sticker, free mini print. So if someone goes in and does like a $5 or $10 purchase on that, and those stretch goals are reached, do the people that put in $10 get stretch goals, or how does that work?
I think it's as long as you make a purchase of a physical item.
Okay, so you would have to buy like
Digital
the
only.
comic book or
Some
one of the
people,
pins or
add
something.
the digital goals to their stretch goals. So like the digital tiers to their stretch goals. I'm not entirely sure if they did or not.
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody runs theirs a little bit differently. You'd have to go and check out their Kickstarter. Let me go ahead and throw a link in the chat for everybody to do so.
Excellent.
Because I'm
Now,
fancy
let's-
like that.
We have Death Dwells, and I absolutely love this story. It's such a good one. If you love horror comics that actually make you feel suspense, it has that. You know what I'm trying to say, Fry?
Say it for him, Fry.
It has that. Look, it's
Hey, I love you too, man. He doesn't realize this, but he's going to pay for that afterwards.
It has that.
It has that.
It has that.
It has that.
Shut up! I hate you guys. Why do
It
I
has
deal with
that.
you all the time?
It has that.
so the writing is fantastic. The
It really
artwork is super, super badass. It's a dark book. I am going to tell everybody that it is a dark book, which I know nowadays everybody's into, and that's great. But I'm letting you know, it's a zombie book. Let's be realistic here. You know it's going to be brutal. Tom, the guy that put it together, oh man, he's so much fun. I kind of want to get Tom and Stash on a stream together and just have them hang out.
Oh,
You know what I
mean?
that'd be fun.
It'd be a fun.
I'm game,
stream.
man. I'm game.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
But yeah,
What we'll do is we'll get you guys on a panel together at CouchCon.
That'd be cool. That'd be great. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I like zombies. What's not to like about zombies,
Dude,
man?
this cover
Oh, yeah.
right here, wasn't this cover done by somebody pretty big? I think this is the one. I might have misstated that. Because he had one of his covers done by who was it?
Tim Vigil. Tim Vigil was responsible for Faust, so that's pretty cool.
you're
Yeah,
not
that looks
supposed-
like Vigil's work right there. That's Tim
you're
Vigil,
not supposed
without a
to let him
doubt.
know, Stash. You got to let Jared trip it
Oh.
up for like 10 more minutes.
Oh,
It said it right
Yeah.
across the screen. So I was just like, but yeah. No,
Thanks, definitely,
Stash.
Vigil.
Thank you for not being like them, Stash. Thank you for
no,
being awesome.
Stash
Thank
ain't like
you
nobody, baby. I'm gonna make the save,
for
and then
being you.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be like, yo,
You know what? We don't even need these guys. Forget them.
yeah, there you
It's
go.
me and you,
Bye.
baby. It's me and
See
you.
ya.
Whoop, whoop.
All
No, I'm
right,
just
let me
kidding.
tell
I'm
you
kidding.
about this
I don't know
guy.
how to run any of this. I got to bring back Fry and Matt. I don't know how to run any
All
of
right. Well, I'll talk while you're bringing them back. This guy, Tim Vigil, he worked on a comic book called Faust, and it is probably one of the most graphic horror titles I have ever read. I collected Faust number 1 through 13, and they're very, very difficult to find. Tim Vigil is an extremely talented artist. As you can tell, he works on the explicit side of the art realm.
Ooh.
And it is very much cool. Yeah, this is one of the this is, I guess how I would refer to it, as the variant cover. Yeah, he's referring to it as the variant as well. So yeah. So
For issue 2. He's
every
already
collector of horror.
oh, so good.
It is badass. It is way
Dude,
badass.
Yeah, if,
it's the
let-
same color as your shirt.
I will say this: if he was able to get Tim Vigil to do his cover, I think his work has to be of merit right then and there. I know he possibly maybe shelled out some cash to pay Tim, but I don't think Tim would put his work, his stamp on anything that was not worthy. And let me tell you, it's got to be some top-notch horror if Tim Vigil's on the cover.
Oh, wow.
It's so good. It has this extreme feel of isolation, and there's this whole conspiracy theory around it, and oh, it's good.
Really? Is it a virus?
Jared, read the book.
Oh, sorry.
Those are spoilers.
So
do not
we
do
put a link
spoilers.
in the chat for you guys so you can see it. Just go back this, man. Just go back this. You got to. You will be
Yeah, it is.
disappointed
It
if you
is fantastic. It is fantastic. The guy really, really works hard to put out good stuff. And he jams in the storylines, man. And
Very good
he
work.
puts forth effort on the art side. You know, everything in Death Dwells really is a good caliber as far as art and story flow goes. Like a really good, great comic book. Like this is a great one to back.
We have a teaser for it. Should we throw the teaser out?
Sure.
Yeah,
We got a
the
teaser
teaser.
for Temerity too, don't we? Why don't you play them both?
Okay. Well, I will then. We're going to do the one for Death Dwells right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Wow.
Yep.
Into the second one, I was looking at the chat as you were scrolling through it, and I gotta show this. So Rose Kirby comes on and says, "So what if I missed this morning?" And right away, the clock sucks.
That about sums it up.
Yeah. What's up, Rose?
What's up, Rose?
Yeah, Rose also put, it's 3 months today that I became a member on CryptoComics.
Wow.
Happy anniversary!
Rose is our homie.
Yes,
I
she
swear.
is.
From the
Super
UK.
cool awesomeness.
Well, let's see. Let's throw out the Temerity one real quick here. And keep in mind, this is the video for Temerity Runaway. However, it does include some information towards the first Temerity book, towards the end.
Which is Temerity Sayonara.
Mm-hmm. So most is relevant aside from the game.
Do you need someone taken out? Or a high-profile individual protected? Or maybe you just need someone to pick up the pizza? Well, look no further. We have the team just for you. Meet 1U1523, or Teru if you can't remember numbers, and Naya. These two are the best work-for-hire duo in the galaxy. Don't believe me? Check out their impressive resumes. Okay, so maybe they don't look so good on paper, but trust me, they're formidable. Welcome to the Temerity.
Hi, my name's Chad Harden. I've been drawing comics for 14 years, and hopefully you've read and seen some of my work in Harley Quinn.
Hi, I'm Gemma Young, the writer of Temerity. I've been developing comics since I was in junior high, and I started self-publishing Children of Elder in 2012.
Me and Gemma started working together on Temerity over 2 years ago. I wanted to do a sci-fi comic that had a fantasy element, and Gemma said, well, I have an idea. Jim had read me the first chapter as we drove home from an exhausting convention. I hadn't slept in days, but the story was so interesting that it kept me awake the whole trip home. We've been waiting for the right time for this to happen, and that time is now.
Temerity is about Teru, a genetically enhanced super soldier who escapes the project that created him. He ends up on the Temerity, working for a work-for-hire group. He's teamed up with Naya, who's a crazy sugar-addicted marksman, and she helps him get acquainted with life outside the military as they take on fun, over-the-top jobs.
This is a great story, great art that helps you escape, lots of fun pop culture references, lots of humor sprinkled throughout, an engaging comic that will keep you coming back for more. I love working with Gemma. She's organized and has it all together where I don't. And really the number one thing is we're friends. We have a lot of similar interests, including Japanese comics, or as kids call them today, manga. Another great thing is I think my sensibilities are geared towards my generation, whereas hers are geared towards the up-and-coming generation, the people who will keep comics alive. That speaks to people who want to read comics now. Putting us together creates a captivating dynamic. She's good at writing love interest, character development, and I'm good at drawing spaceships, ninjas, robots, things like that. Hopefully it'll be like Wonder Twin powers activate.
Wonder Twins powers activate!
In the form of an ice pencil!
In the form of a fluffy cat.
We have put so much thought and research into providing rewards for our backers. In addition to getting exclusive first print run copies of the comics, you'll also get the chance to get your hands on guest art prints, CGC rated books, metal trading cards, and even some experiential rewards. Of course, that list will grow substantially as we reach our stretch goals. We are excited to announce that if this really takes off, we are going to partner with the famed game designer Sandy Peterson, creator of the Cthulhu Wars series, and develop a board game to be released in a future campaign.
Thank you for checking out our video.
I hope you'll pledge to our campaign. Thanks!
Thanks!
We lost Stash for a second, and I got scared.
Oh, okay. I was calling him just to make sure.
Perfect timing.
All right. So now that you're back, I have a question for you.
All right, throw it at me.
So Fry and I are going to be in Temerity. When are we going to end up with one of your comics?
Oh, that's a good question because Middle Cold Comic. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. Listen at the cameras. I'm sorry, Stash.
Go on, Mutton. What you got to say? All right. Metal Cult Comics is really the true life story of the Spectacular Stash. So it's very, very possible that all of the people throughout his life are going to be included at one point in time in Metal Cult Comics. So that's a good question. How about the long side of the answer is probably the short side of the answer is I don't know.
Good enough.
The most eloquently worded no I've ever heard
I
in
know.
my life.
But there's still some hope.
There is hope, without a doubt.
So,
Following up with that, we have also got Fractured Shards on Kickstarter right now, which is
guys, 1 second
super bad.
before you get to Fractured Shards, I just wanted to show what Illusion kind of did for us with that one guy that did Faust.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tim Vigil
Said controversies. The comic book. Yeah, Tim Vigil. The series Faust, Love of the Damned was banned in Canada and England. Has to be the mainstream comic book series, which debuted in '92, was directly inspired by Faust. Damn, no wonder.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, Illusion.
Very cool. So Fractured Shards is absolutely awesome. It's made by our buddy Sean.
I'll
And
just put a link in the chat.
Dan Ferrugal.
Dan Ferrugal.
Furigal.
And
Furigal.
Furigal.
Oh, shit. I hope he's not watching.
Well,
I
if he is,
hope
we're going to
he's
go ahead
watching, so he comes back on here and like Spartan kicks you or something.
Oh, that'd be great. All right, let's show this
that
first
went
really quick.
Fry Lord. That would not be great.
I think it'd be fantastic, dude. I think it'd be so awesome.
Detective Sebastian Vitro of the District Major Crimes Unit. And I see things.
Where are we going?
Horrible things.
You'll see.
When a moment in time fractures, a shard can avenge a life.
Sebastian. Sebastian.
Looks badass.
That is a cool commercial.
I love that
It's
commercial.
a very cool commercial. Okay, so now normally we go on to our reading recommendations for the show, but we have kind of a new thing we're going to be showcasing tonight. And that new thing is that we have a little trivia game now on the site.
Ooh,
So
trivia.
inside of chat, I have linked a page, and that is this page, the weekly trivia challenge. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start putting up weekly trivia questions on here that have to do with different books inside of CryptoComics. Because this is the week of the stash, there are actually some bonus questions in here that are specific to the Stash's books as well.
Wow.
And if you can answer those 3 questions as well as the other questions, but most specifically, if you can answer all 3 of the stash specific questions correctly, you are going to be entered in for a specific swag pack. That swag pack is, as the stash said, going to have some original art, which is a pretty damn big deal. Anyone that collects anything knows that that's a pretty damn big deal. So go to the URL cryptocomics.com/weekly-trivia-challenge. Again, that's in the chat if you guys are looking for it. Check that out after the show. See which trivia questions you know the answers to. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna be
Don't you
You
think
can
we
cheat.
should do a couple of them, Fry? I mean, we got to show people
Well,
how to do these
I'll
trivias.
give
You know, I
everybody
mean,
an easy
let me
one.
ask you a question. Do you think when it comes to trivia that people should be going into the marketplace and using those comic books to find those answers?
I mean, yeah, it's like an open
Yeah.
book test.
Okay, good. I was
Yeah,
just making
yeah,
sure.
definitely. In fact,
Well,
they should. They
doing
should
that.
just go
Okay.
read all of them just to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And leave reviews.
Oh, please leave reviews.
Right now, a question. This is question 2. This is going to be an easy one. Okay.
Question 2.
In the series Morning Star, the main character is what infamous figure?
So now, I wonder how this works. So if you put in,
It's a form. You fill out your answer in the form, submit it.
Yeah.
And it pops right there.
so I put in the name, and then I just leave it. I don't have to hit
No,
enter
no.
or anything like that.
This isn't one of those things where you get credit for writing your name at the top. You
It's
have
not going to
answer
tell
all the
you what kind of
questions.
potato you are, Jared.
So, excusez-moi, I'm a spud. Okay, I'm a spud.
See what we have to deal with all the
man.
time, Stash.
This is just glad to be here.
Yeah.
Hey, we are glad you are here. So I've got 2 of them so far. Correct. I'm pretty sure.
Nope. You have failed.
Oh no, dude, you can't. Do you know your username?
No, I can tell you right now you failed.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what the answers are right now if you doubt me.
I'm a teacher. I can just look into your eyes and
All
know
right,
you
dude.
failed.
Second answer, Temerity.
Um,
Third answer, Lucifer. Take that, Teach.
That's intimidating right there. Boy.
well, you think that's intimidating?
I
It's not meant to
How
be
you gonna follow
intimidating.
that?
Stash. Did you ever want to intimidate a teacher? You don't want to
No.
intimidate a teacher. You want to annoy them. Then
Not
they get
since
mad
10th
at
grade.
you, and then they lose their cool, and then you don't lose your cool. Exactly.
What's amazing here, guys, is that Jared literally just assumed that the first answer is the field that says your username.
No, I didn't. I said answer to number 2 and number 3. You got to pay attention, Fry.
So where would answer 1 go, Jared?
On the first one, under your username. I know what it is. Right? Am I right? I give up. This tech is too complex for me.
So wonderful. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay. Let's see here. Let's check in with chat. Nobody's Loser says, yes, I'll definitely shall continue to read and review as many as I can. I love
Thank you,
comics and
Loser.
have nothing else to really do right now.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that very
Thank you,
much.
Illusion. You're awesome.
Illusion also said, I saw the trivia and I need to get on that, especially if it means he had another swag bag. This isn't just a swag bag, to be clear. And this isn't going to happen every week, to be clear.
What do you think, Fry? Do you think this is like the that chalice, that goblet that that Christ drank from? The what is it called? The Holy Grail of swag bags?
Maybe not.
Yeah, she's like, maybe not. I think so.
Oh yeah.
You're too modest. Stash.
No,
You don't. You're too modest. You're just too modest.
Oh, come on. Holy Grail comic books?
All right.
I mean,
take it down a notch. Excalibur?
whoever holds the sword is king. That's cool. Eternal life from the goblet of Christ. That's cool too. Flippy the effing Dobson! Yes. That's cool too.
That the spine on that comic book. Every time you do that, I'm just like, oh.
It's been well read. It's my copy.
Yeah, be kinder to that stuff.
Yeah, save a copy, buy one, so I don't get a hold of it. Okay, yeah, buy 2 or 3 and save them. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Right now on the show, we go through our reading recommendations before we close it out. On the system, off the system.
I'm first.
Okay, go ahead.
Metal
What
Cult.
is your reading recommendation?
Boom.
Which one?
Thank you.
All of them, of course.
Well, we do one book, and that lets people know maybe a book that they haven't heard of before, maybe one that they have heard of and might want to revisit. So you got to name a book. Which one?
All right, come back to me.
Oh man, that was the opportunity for us to see Jared do his version of Flippy the F it. You know what I mean? I wanted to see that.
Well, this one is for sale.
Well, first I need to
online
see
on medical.net.
the Stash do it again. Do they pay extra for the wrinkled? Slow mo.
There, I just elbow dropped it.
Oh, jeez.
It's a good book. Read it. Color it.
Stash saying Flippy the F and Doc should be an alarm. It should. That just gave me an idea for a badge.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
We might have a special badge coming up.
Flippy the effing dog.
It might be. So
Yeah.
this right here is the book that the Stash was just mentioning.
That
Surfing
one is for
with Alien.
sale. You can get this. It's a flip book. It's Metal Cult Comics number 6. It's only $5. You can get it on metalcult.net. This is Jarrett's suggested reading. I would suggest it too. It's 2 of the greatest heavy metal comic book stories you'll ever read in your
Thank you.
lifetime. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jared.
Okay, and Scott Russell, what would be your reading recommendation?
I've been going back and I've been reading top 2. I am currently on issue 2 of the double-edged sword. So Love that series by Cardell Cole.
Nice.
That's a great one. That's a great one. And actually, he's coming out with a new issue, if I'm not mistaken, right, Matt?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, matter of fact, you're doing a how-to with him, ain't you?
I am. I'm doing
Nice.
a how to actually price your comics.
Oh, no kidding.
So that's something that's rarely ever talked about. Just like the how to lay out your comics with a spectacular stash here. That will be
This
on Wednesday. Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Right on.
It's gonna be epic. I love that.
Dare he say spectacular?
Ooh, it's gonna be spectacular.
Oh man, it would have been
Definitely
spectacular
spectacular.
if he had said spectacular.
Okay, so let's see. Mine is going to be Bastards of the Universe #4. I cannot open this book on stream. I am going to tell everyone right now, this is an adult book.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not see this book in CryptoComics, it's because you have to turn on you have to adjust your adult filter.
Yeah,
The adult filter.
Likely a book I probably should not put forward the show, but I don't care because I love the book series and it's hilarious.
No,
and
it's a really great book series, and the style of art in it is freaking tastic. If you like Street Fighter 2, it really falls in line with that style of character creation and stuff like that. The color is fantastic. The orchestration of the fighting techniques goes along those lines. No, I think that's a tremendous pick. The guy, Cax Blasters, fantastic guy. Freaking, it is a really, really cool book. I totally think that's a great pick, Fry.
Yeah, I'm loving this book right now. Awesome book.
But if you're
Stash?
even remotely religious, don't pick it up.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah,
I'm Scott Russell. Thank you. Yes,
Okay,
I probably should do that.
It's nothing new. I would recommend it though. I wish I had thought of this. I brought it up here and flashed it in front of the camera. It is a book by Box Brown. It's about Andre the Giant. Are any of you guys familiar with it?
Yeah.
I can't remember the title. Somebody Google the title. Google Box Brown, Andre the Giant. You're going to get the title real cool. It's a really good graphic novel. It basically takes anecdotes from people who knew Andre and tells the story of his life in sequential art form. It's a really nice graphic novel. I would recommend it to anybody that just enjoys professional wrestling, just comic book stories, or stories about very special lives. Andre the Giant had an incredible life, and I would recommend the book. Box Brown.
You know, I actually became a fan of Andre the Giant long before wrestling, before I got into wrestling and stuff. It was Princess Bride.
Yeah, of course. This is just my personal. I wish Andre had spent more time in Hollywood and less time in the ring in his later years. He deserved that time in the spotlight. He deserved it. Now, I'm not taking away anything he did in the ring because that's the one. Andre the Giant, Life and Legend. I would recommend it to anyone. It's a good read. It's a quick read. You won't be able to put it down.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's a great
That's a
one.
cool cover, too. I love the layout of it.
That is
It's well
very
done.
cool.
I think you'll like it.
Oh, and Andrew Dutch came in on Twitch right when I'd found it. Thank you.
That's the one. You know
Two
your
Andrews
shit,
don't
man.
make it right.
No, but two Andrews do find a comic, so hey.
Hey. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, how many questions? I only see 8. It looks like there's more questions. There should be more. You should just have to scroll down. I think Rose had previously said that she uses an iPad for everything.
I believe.
Oh yeah, you should just have to scroll.
There is one question that actually asks for multiple answers. Yeah, question 8. Asks for multiple answers. 1 point for each correct answer.
Oh, and I also want to mention that there are no points for the spectacular stash trivia questions. Those are specific only for the swag packs. You're beyond points, Stash. You're above points, brother.
So 1,000-word essay, right? 1,200 words. That's all we want.
Yeah,
1,200 submitted.
Yeah,
all lowercase.
And there are no points associated with putting in your new username, Jared.
What? That's BS. That's like 10% of my score.
And just let everybody know, we are going to make an announcement in 24 hours on social media as far as who the winner is. So you have 24 hours to go through and find those answers. Or should
24 hours? Seriously? We're not
should we make it a little longer?
Yeah, I think we should give them like till what, maybe like Wednesday and announce it on the how-to or something.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
I do got to say, this
idea.
trivia was put together by Lindsay, who is amazing.
Thanks, Lindsay.
She's on our staff. She is so awesome. Thank you once again.
All right. And with that being said, we're going to close out the stream. Thank you, everyone in chat, for watching. Thank you, Stash, for joining us. Thank you so much, man. It's so much
and
fun
just
having you on.
anybody out there,
Thank you, guys.
please
Thank you.
subscribe, like, hit the bell. You know, help us out, man. Those likes really help. Oh, share, please, please, please help us get the word out. We really want to build for the show on Friday for us, where we get to meet the man behind the stash. And let me tell you, he's pretty damn interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll make it
he's a
entertaining.
little
You'll
bit
have a
more
good
than a
time.
comic bookie, man.
Wednesday, I'm
We are
going to
gonna
show
have a
you
good
how
time.
to make comics. Me and M. Scott Russell, baby. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be badass.
Dude.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you take care of each other.